You said Dracula knows we're here. So let's just try to find the amulet. And get the hell out of here.
Take him in the north! Take him in the north! He doesn't have north! Do it! Do it! Wolfman's got Nard!
Podcasting from somewhere in Central Florida.
Where is the bloody rum?
I see you tried knifey spoony before.
Let's drink some rum.
Rum is the power, rum is the key, rum is the thing that will set us free. Rum, rum, rum,
And nerdy.
rum, ahoy! Rum, rum, rum,
And nerdy.
Sit back, relax, remember to turn off your cell phones. For the next hour, let me be your Candy Crush.
Hey everybody, welcome to Rum and Nerdy. I'm Greg.
And I'm Garrick.
And this is episode 4.44, the Halloween candy.
Halloween candy.
Yeah, I got both.
You do have a whole bowl of Halloween candy here.
Yeah.
We're recording on Halloween.
We are recording on Halloween, and we're going to make this live like immediately, right?
Yeah, why not?
So, you're going to get this episode 12 hours early, which won't matter to anybody because most of you are going to be out trick-or-treating with your kids and...
Yeah, and doing Halloween-y type things.
Yeah. You said weenie. Anyway, yeah, so it's funny. I was trying to go around the house and figure out ingredients to make a nice Halloween cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have what I needed.
No, you have a good booze selection, but not a good mixer selection.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking adult and I just drink booze straight.
So for today's episode, we're going to read to you a bunch of different rum-based Halloween recipes while we don't drink any of them.
Well, I did find it's wrong, but I found garbage truck is here. I don't know
The garbage truck is true. That's what happens when we record during the day.
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring the Dr. Pepper.
Son of a...
I'll figure it out. I'll send a gopher to go get it.
Yeah.
So there is a witch doctor recipe that is simply dark rum, Dr. Pepper, and a lime wedge.
Interesting. So the Suffering Bastard Tiki Bar here locally in Orlando has a drink called the Witch Doctor, which is a coffee-based drink, which is a tribute drink to Black Magic from the Mai Kai, which is one of their original, it's my favorite Mai Kai drink.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh yeah, maybe we can make Black Magic as a Halloween treat, and nope, don't have any of that. Yeah.
Doesn't that one have like some banana liqueur in it too? I know it's coffee, but isn't it like coffee and banana?
Oh yeah, there is like a banana liqueur in there. Yeah, theirs is pretty complicated. It's also very local in here, so I couldn't find the recipe online.
You couldn't find online?
I found Black Magic, but not.
Yeah, I found like a dozen, obviously.
Oh yeah, you can find a bunch called the Witch Doctor, but most of it's garbage. Hey, you got to get some Hypnotic and then some Coors Light, and you mix it in a bathtub and serve with a slice of watermelon. Like, this isn't at all what I wanted.
When I was flying back from MIP last week, my last journey, I luckily got upgraded to first class. It was great. Our first class host, this guy was the funniest freaking guy ever on a plane.
Okay.
He was fantastic. Somebody ordered Miller Lite or something, and he was like
nondescript tailgating beer.
Nondescript, and he's like, yeah, I don't have that, but I can make it with some seltzer water and a splash of Modelo. And I was like, oh my god, you're my favorite person ever.
Did he?
I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. He also gave me a really hard time about wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hat, and then later on when he was going through with the manifest and he checks in because it's first class and he goes, Mr. Center, I see that you're platinum. Crap, I'm really sorry I gave you a hard time. I thought you were just one of those common upgrade people. And I was like, yeah, I did. I'm a common I didn't pay for this level of class. But he was really nice.
That's funny.
He was hilarious. Anyway.
Good story, Greg.
Yeah.
So what are you looking up? Oh, our drink?
Yeah. Sorry.
No. Yeah. Oh, more importantly, you're texting the gopher to go acquire said stuff. So while we wait for the gopher, what were some of the other drinks that you looked at but we couldn't make?
Oh, clearly a zombie. And it was like, oh, you need guava juice and orange juice and pineapple juice and lime juice. And I had half the juice, but I didn't have all the juice.
I didn't have all the juice. If there was one phrase, I think that you could put it on a T-shirt.
I only had some juice.
I didn't have all the juice.
Yeah. It's okay.
I shouldn't find that nearly as funny as I do.
Yeah. So, anyway, welcome to Halloween. What are we going to talk about?
Halloween movies?
Yeah. That'd be good.
Do you have any like what's your go-to Halloween movie?
It's kind of funny.
And I'm going to give you a free space on the card. Was it the Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin?
Yeah.
Their Halloween thing.
Yeah. And by the way, we're Layla, do you want to say hi? Into the microphone.
Nailed it.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you didn't have the mic turned on,
have
so
it turned
it didn't even matter.
So
look, we made her do all of that for nothing.
yeah, well, it was funny for me. Anyway, Riley has not been on either, and he was on the old one, but he wasn't.
He was our first guest.
He was.
Mm.
That was a lot of fun.
So
anyway,
Halloween movies.
Halloween movie. So this is rough for me because do I go for fun Halloween? Or do I go for just like classic?
Well, you go for because there's a lot of movies. You know how we say Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yeah,
there are a lot of
Karate
ancillary
Kid,
Hollywood related or Halloween related things that happen in that time frame. That you know what we're going to count them. Like there's the actual movie Halloween from 1978.
And it's those classic slasher ones. I never really grabbed it. Like really kind of like fun. There for me, it's like like the movie Trick or Treat from 2007. That was a really really good one.
Okay.
But for me, I'm gonna stick to where my heart went when we talked about we were going to do this today. Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
I mean,
that's where the opening came from.
Yeah, that's my go-to. It's
was that 1980? What?
Yeah.
Monster House, The Crow. I know it's on this list that I was looking at. I saw it. Oh, The Monster Squad, 1987.
Yeah. So
rated PG-13.
That's like middle school for me.
A group of 12-year-olds from a Universal Monsters fan club called Monster Squad have to attempt to save their hometown from Count Dracula and his monsters when they show up for real. Ooh.
Yeah. So Dracula's bringing them all back to life and resurrecting them all. And so they open a portal by way of having a virgin, which is pretty easy because they're all like 12-year-olds, read from this book, and it opens up this vortex into this other world. And lo and behold, it's where the classic monster hunter Van Helsing is trapped there.
Oh, okay.
So a little cameo by Van Helsing at the end, but it's really, really funny. And of course, that scene was due to an ongoing debate about whether or not monsters had nards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So, and it's funny, not a lot of people remember that movie, and every once in a while, I'll just randomly do one of mine, like I randomly say shit, and I'll say, Wolfman has nards, and nobody gets what I'm talking about. Now you will.
So I have a very similar movie that's really obscure. Okay. Kind of, it's
Love the obscure.
It's in the periphery of Halloween. Takes place on Halloween. I also make random references to it, and there's only like one friend of mine from high school that gets it. But Space Invaders.
I remember that.
1990s Space Invaders. I think I took a group of friends there to go see it on my birthday. Like that was a fun movie. Basic synopsis: a group of Martians who are just sort of monitoring our galaxy, solar system. Monitoring, they're very local, and they know that the monster or the alien fleet is getting ready to attack a different planetary system, and they hear a broadcast of the War of the Worlds on Halloween as a treat from Earth, and they think, oh, we were mistaken, we're actually invading Earth. So then they show up to Earth by accident, and they think that they're fighting us, but they're not. They're just idiots, and it's hilarious.
Who's in that one?
Nobody.
Okay.
I don't think there's anybody in that movie.
Okay, so moving on from kind of like the one that we've attached to.
Douglas Barr, Royal Dano,
Arena
Richards. Yeah, there's like nobody in that.
Would you also say that that is your favorite funny Halloween movie?
That one, funny Halloween? I might go with Transylvania 65000.
Really? It's pretty campy, but I get it.
Campy? It is. It's amazing. It's got Kramer in it. Kramer plays the butler.
Yeah.
And isn't Jeff Goldblum's in that too?
Yeah.
Like there's some real actors in that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty campy. It's not bad. I think campy's not bad. It's a style.
It is. Okay. Yeah. If you're going camp, if you nail campy as a style, like if you set out to make your movie campy and you do it, hats off.
Yeah.
If you go out to make a serious movie and you wander into the campy genre, then it's kind of insulting.
Yeah. Like if you're going to do, here's your log line. Small town in the South has a murder. They're desperately trying to solve the murder before public unrest reaches a boiling point. And it comes across as, totally blacked out, Andy Griffith. It comes across, then that's the bad campy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be about this black guy getting, framed for murdering a white woman when actually it was her alcoholic husband and blah, blah, blah. And in the end, they exonerate him and the town learns a lesson. No, it's like, hey, I'm going down to the 5 and 9 to get me a sarsaparilla. No, that's bad campy.
Okay.
You didn't follow me on any of that, did you?
I followed you. I just thought it sucked.
Wow.
Okay, here's one. The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's fantastic.
That's a good one.
I would say that is the best musical Halloween.
Okay. That's solid. And it's kind of gritty from a animation standpoint. Like I started watching it the other day with Maddie, and I'm like, ugh. You might be a little young for this one. Thankfully, she fell asleep during the opening musical number, so I'm like, okay. It's not like inappropriate graphic. It's just like it's a little like hard edge graphic. It's like watching a Tool music video.
Okay.
Where you're like, I know that's really just a bunch of inanimate crap on a rusty table, but for some reason it feels really gritty.
Okay. Before moving on, I want to go back. Favorite comedic Halloween movie?
Yours?
Idle Hands.
Oh, is that the one with
Seth Green?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they die, and like he's got the bottle stuck in his head, and the other guy gets his head cut off, and there's all that craziness and whatever else. So the funny thing about that, one of those characters, so and again, it's Seth Green, Eldon Henson, and so when I was introduced to this actor from this movie, and he was just this like dope smoking kind of funny teen actor guy.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Well, he ended up being Opie. So
from Sons of Anarchy, not Andy Griffith, as previously mentioned.
Yeah, so you see this kid here. Mm-hmm. Imagine everybody, young version of Eldon. He was in Mighty Ducks, right?
Okay.
Was he one of the ducks?
He was. He was a kid actor.
Okay.
So, anyway.
And he grew up to be an adult actor.
No, but like more than an adult actor. He was Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
Well, good on him.
No, maybe. Okay, because he was in. I'm thinking of somebody else. Because he was the partner attorney from the show Daredevil. Who is it that I'm
just like
of?
Sons of Anarchy?
No, shut up. If you're gonna be a dick to me this whole episode,
I don't know. If you're gonna credit people for the correct movies,
I did a fine job crediting the last one, and you said it sucked.
So when I was talking about the actors in Space Invaders, did you know Mark Hamill was in it?
I didn't hear you say.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm just making stuff up now.
Okay. Thanks.
That's okay. Okay,
So he was in the guy I was thinking of was in Remember the Titans. His name was Ryan Hurst. So
another classic Halloween movie.
No, but I'm trying to fix my. I was explaining my missed memory. Okay, we can just start over. If you're going to be a dick, I'm going to have to attitude adjustment you. It's no fun for me to be beat up. Anyway, that's the guy I was thinking. This guy. This is, beard, long hair, badass, weird guy from Sons of Anarchy. One of the greatest characters of that show, which is one of my favorite shows. But I digress. Anyway,
I heard it's a good show.
One of the best shows ever.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've been contemplating rewatching it. I don't do that. I don't have time.
I'm still trying to make it through The Penguin.
Yeah, I'm through 3 episodes of that. It's really good. Are you enjoying it?
I am. We can talk about it. We're still on. I finish Halloween.
Yeah.
Finish one. I got another good obscure Halloween one.
Okay, go for it.
Donnie Darko.
Okay, I wouldn't say obscure, but definitely a good one. Yeah.
For some reason, when that came out, it came out right in a pop culture blind spot of mine during college, and I was there's a lot of movies that came out in the late '90s, early aughts that I just missed. 100% just missed.
It's that's certainly one that is credited for being quite unusual.
Uh-huh.
That movie, yeah, it was weird.
You know me in time travel. I recommend it.
I don't, because
I'm a big time travel fan.
Well, if I could time travel, I'd go back and start this episode on a less mean note.
Do you want to make your drink? You want to make your drink? Maybe that'll make me nicer.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe
I always get nicer when I drink.
Yeah. Whereas me, I get funnier. Well, you got the stuff over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the recipe?
Rum and Dr. Pepper with a lime wedge.
That's it?
Yeah. And ice.
Oh, I should start with the ice.
Yeah, I would do the ice. I think it's probably going to be kind of like a rum and Coke with a lime.
And Dr. Pepper.
And Dr. Pepper, yeah. So I would make it proportionally about that. It's easier to add Dr. Pepper than to remove it. Although it's equally as easy to add rum.
Jesus. How do you unsweeten the tea, man?
Yeah, what's the machine? What's the machine that unsweetens the tea? Hilarious. I used that actually in France. I had a meeting with somebody and they're like, yeah, just order me a sweet tea. And I asked him, they asked for an unsweet tea. Yeah, and I asked him,
how do you unsweet? Yeah.
What's the mechanism? And they just, huh?
What do you use to bitter it up? Your personality?
No, it was actually a very lovely person.
Okay, and a lime wedge?
Yes.
Okay. And for those keeping score at home, we're using the Plantation Stiggins Fancy Pineapple Rum. Or Plantaray.
Plantaray, yeah. Bottle still says Plantation. You need a stirrer.
We'll use this highlighter.
Okay. This tastes like glowing.
Allow me to grab this inanimate object from your desk and just dunk it in your drink.
And here we have the Chiefs Cup. We got to touch base on football. Not a whole segment. Just
yeah.
Wow.
We're sorry, Tommy. This is delightful.
Yeah. It's funny. I kind of taste coffee in it a little. Not.
I do too, but I've been binge drinking coffee since 6 this morning,
and I haven't.
Everything just tastes like coffee.
Yeah, and I haven't. So it's like I taste like wow.
So I'm not having a stroke. Okay, I haven't done permanent coffee damage to my taste buds. Okay.
Yeah. Everything tastes like coffee.
This is surprisingly refreshing.
Yeah. This actually might become, I wouldn't say regular, but a common.
Well, remember when we did the remember when we used to do Black Anchor and A&W root beer? I know. I just started mourning the loss of Black Anchor rum. A moment of silence.
You remember
Wait, was
the
that
Christmas before last, Sandy did her best to buy the last case in existence for us.
I do remember that. Did you do the
said doo-doo.
the Price is Right? Was that the Price is Right noise?
Yeah.
Like you just lost at Plinko or something?
Yeah.
Or you went over?
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
sorry,
what
Greg,
went
you
over.
do not win the showcase.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not sorry. Fuck it. That was a cool show.
This is
Bob
really
Barker was a
good.
badass.
I wonder what happens if I do put some I still have some coffee here. Should I add coffee?
That's, I don't know. That's up to you. There's a toilet right around the corner. Not for the I drink coffee, then I had to shit, but it's like if you need to dump it out.
I feel like I should. Fuck it for science.
For science. Hilarious. Well, he's...
I just spilled boiling hot coffee on my thumb while I. It's okay. It's just a little bit. It's mostly on my pants. I wouldn't. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Just get it off my table, please. Yeah, okay. So, other dumb, funny ones. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Jim Varney. You know, he ranks right up there with Dolly Parton as like a national treasure.
Does he? I mean, he was funny, but he's not Dolly Parton cool.
No. No.
Yeah. Hey, look, Donnie Darko's on this list, too.
Ooh, Greg.
What?
With the addition of coffee?
Yeah?
Worse.
Worse? For science. Oh. Sometimes science doesn't. Yeah.
I take it back. It's not worse. It just has more of a coffee tint.
Yeah.
I'm reevaluating. I think once you put the lime in it, don't put coffee. Don't mix coffee and lime. That's just a...
Yeah. Obscure movie. Tales from the Crypt. There was two of them. Tales from the Crypt and then Tales from the Crypt 2 Demon Knight. The first one was kind of a series of shorts.
But yeah, wasn't that a television show? Like a...
I remember seeing it on... It was HBO that I saw it.
It used to be I thought it used to be a television show too. They had the Crypt Keeper guy. It was
That's different. That's different. That's Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
I said... okay, sorry. It was Tales from the Crypt. I'm thinking... What am I thinking?
Did I have a stroke?
No. This is the one... Maybe it started out as a movie, but it was like the first one, this asteroid landed, and it was written by Steven Spielberg. He actually was in it. And like he gets this slime on him. He goes, "Ooh, meteor shit!" And then it like grows a fungus on him, and it turns him into a fungus person.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
he was also in the Blues Brothers.
I didn't know that he was in Blues Brothers.
He played the clerk at the end of the movie that took the money. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt was a horror series from 1989. Went 7 seasons. Based on the EC Comics series of the same name, this campy and stylized anthology series recounts a string of horrific yarns introduced by the show's...
That's funny.
Tales
Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, starring our buddy Billy Zane.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt TV series. Tales from the Crypt, sometimes titled HBO's Tales from the Crypt. Oh, there you go. I remember the reruns on Sci-Fi.
Yeah. I wonder, because season 1 episode with the man who was deaf, I don't know if that was it, but I remember the show. The one of the haunted house, back when I moved to Los Angeles, back in 96, 97, somewhere in there, I worked for a company and built the haunted houses at Universal, and one of them we built was the Tales from the Crypt house.
Oh, nice.
And I remember they did a big promo thing, and Alice Cooper came through. So I got to meet Alice Cooper prior to him doing his little promo thing. Super nice guy, by the way. That guy's cool.
Alice Cooper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the work he does for charity golf tournaments is... Well, he golfs, but, you know.
What? Really?
Action-packed. Somehow I lost my movie lineup of lists. Oh, here we go. Yep, Idle Hands is on this one. There's some scary ones that are in here too, like The Exorcist. You ever see the original Exorcist?
Yes. That's a messed up movie.
1973. Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen it.
No?
You seen The Frighteners?
Yes.
With Michael J. Fox?
Yes.
There you go.
I think, was that the one that, no, that was something else. That might have been one that was a Peter Jackson one. So,
here's a fun one. On this list, number 51 is the movie It.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and this is actually, they have the 2017 version on here. When was the original one with Tim Curry? When did that come out? Is that 80 something? Anyway, my daughter, who's 5, and I don't know where she got this. I imagine it's one of her jerk friends at school. Every time she sees a clown, she looks at me and says, "Dad, is that Pennywise?"
Wow.
I know. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, where did you learn that? Number 1, where did you learn that? Number 2, is Pennywise real? Number 3, is she talking to a real-life alien space clown that's trying to eat her? That's an actual thought that I had yesterday going to McDonald's.
Well, luckily...
There's a giant Ronald McDonald on the side of the building, and her first question, "Dad, is that Pennywise?"
Luckily, there's no storm drains on adjacent to your property.
That's Ronald McDonald on.
That's freaking fantastic.
What, the turtle candy thing you were eating, or my daughter calling clowns Pennywise?
The second one.
No.
I think it's fantastic, but I'm broken inside.
Here's one for you. Clue.
The movie Clue?
The movie Clue. It's on this list. Number 54, 1985.
Was that I remember seeing that in the theater.
It's kind of fun. That's the one where they had 3 different endings.
Yeah.
And every theater you went to, there was a different ending in the theater. Like they didn't even tell you it was a different ending. Just different theaters got different endings.
Yeah.
And then
there were 3 different versions.
It wasn't until the movie came out on video cassette where they put all of the 3 endings back to back to back to settle the debate once and for all.
Yeah, they had the little thing come up. Or it could have happened this way.
Yeah, because in theory, you and your friends could have seen it just on different nights, different theaters, different locations, and you saw a different movie. You go to work the next day and just have arguments about who the killer was.
I would love to do a limited release movie in a city, in a singular city, and just have completely different movies with the same actors.
Or the same movie, different actors. Dude, Brad Pitt was amazing in that film. Brad Pitt, no, Tom Cruise.
Maybe
who are you talking about?
Maybe some cameos, but that, and then the bad guy came in, played by Brad Pitt. What are you talking about? That wasn't Brad Pitt. That was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
completely. People lose their shit.
Different.
Oh my God, we've got to figure out how to make this happen. This is so great.
Yeah, we're
coming to Orlando, Florida only.
We're gonna start our own media division, and all it does is it's just inside jokes for us. Why'd you do it? We thought it would be hilarious for us.
What are you talking about? There were no aliens in that movie. That was a rom-com. No, it wasn't a rom-com. It was about baseball. What the fuck are you talking about, baseball?
We did it just to irritate, like Regal and AMC get completely different movies.
Yeah,
vaguely there's enough generic scenes that line up so you could universally
the trailer.
The trailer would be the same.
Yeah, starring the guy from Ocean's 11. There were 11 of them. You know which one?
Did you ever see the guy that would remix movie trailers into different genres?
Yes, I love that.
It turned Titanic into a horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, and then they do it to where they do modern shows, but they remix them like if they were, like an '80s sitcom.
Oh, those are fun. Yeah, doing an '80s sitcom version of them. But like, they did The Shining as a rom-com. Oh my gosh, The Shining as a rom-com was. Anyway, here's one for you. Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Oh my God. All the Evil Dead, like the Army of Darkness was my favorite out of all of them.
Army of Darkness was the sequel to Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Evil
This
Dead
is my boomstick.
Evil Dead 2 was the sequel reboot to Evil Dead. Did you hear the story behind that?
I didn't know it was a reboot. I knew it was a sequel.
So they couldn't get the rights to Evil Dead. Like, they couldn't get the rights to it. Like, they had kind of lost it. So the first chunk of that movie where you see him go out to the cabin, you see them do the stuff, how it's almost exactly the same as Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Yeah, that's them recapping everything that happened in the first movie because they couldn't get the rights to the first movie.
I remember that.
Yeah. So there's enough of an overlap there. Like, if you watch Evil Dead 2, you're thinking, I already fucking saw this. That's why the recap's in there.
But how did they get it Evil Dead and call it 2? Like,
I don't know. I saw an interview with Bruce Campbell, and he said that.
Yeah, he's weird.
I'm assuming that he would know more than me. What do you mean he's weird?
Not in a bad way. I say shit now. I'm gonna have to explain this, and you're gonna be like, "That was fucking dumb."
Well, in a post Me Too world, sometimes people will say something like that about an actor. I'm like, whoa. Do I need to not talk about them anymore?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, he's just hilarious. Like him in what was the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
The one that I told you don't necessarily need to watch because it's just kind of a headache inducing.
Did you watch it? You did watch it though?
No.
There's a I should pause it and show you this segment in it because it just pays so much homage to Evil Dead and shit like that.
Really?
But Bruce Campbell's got a cameo in it.
No shit.
Yeah, he sells hot dogs or some stuff.
Well, that's funny.
And if I remember, and I don't remember it exactly, but I think Doctor Strange possesses his hand to do weird things, and you're just like, no, not again, or something to that effect. I'm trying to remember what it was. I just remember the second it happened, I fell out of my seat laughing.
That's hilarious.
And everybody else was like, why is this funny? Why I don't understand.
Okay, so I now have motivation to watch Multiverse of Madness. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Just the Bruce Campbell cameo. Okay, here's one for you. Dracula, the original, 1931.
Okay.
That's a fun classic horror monster movie.
Yeah.
And do you know the difference between the English version and the Spanish version?
The spelling?
El Dracula? No.
Dracula, no.
So back in the day, they would build all of the sets once, and then they would film the English version, with the big name star or the big name director. They would film it during the day, and then at night they would bring in the Spanish director, the Spanish crew, the Spanish actors,
Really?
And they would refilm. They would refilm the entire movie just in Spanish
Before dubbing.
It was before dubbing. Fun fact about Dracula: the Spanish director and the Spanish actors were way better than the English ones. So the Spanish version of that movie is way better. It's completely different than the English one.
I wonder if they have it dubbed.
Yeah, I know. I saw a thing on NPR about that. That'd be hilarious to get the Spanish version of Dracula and then watch it dubbed and or subtitled. So you typing something in over there.
Yeah.
You looking for that?
Yeah, the Doctor Strange Bruce Campbell bit. Have it ready. I'll show you after the show.
Nice. Okay.
When we're in editing. We don't edit.
We have to go back through and edit out all the times we said Methuselah. The Sixth Sense.
Random. Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be it's kind of fun, kind of spooky.
Yeah.
But that's also, how many times have you seen The Sixth Sense?
I don't know, 2 or 3. Not a lot.
I have watched it exactly once.
It's probably the right amount, because when you watch it the second time, it's interesting to watch it a second time when you know.
Okay, so you can kind of catch up on all the things?
Because once you know the secret about it, then you watch it and you're like, I'm a fucking idiot. And then after that, you don't watch it because you're like, how did I not see that coming?
I saw some stand-up comedian making fun of that the other day. And he was like, yeah, it was such a really big shock because we thought it was more plausible that his wife just wasn't talking to him for a whole year. That seemed more believable than he was dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's hilarious. I see dead people, but they don't know they're dead. And then that kid actor grew up and now he does really bad comedic movies in the best way.
Was he nominated for an Academy Award when he was 6 or something like that?
I don't know.
Huh. Okay. How about The Lost Boys?
We were talking about that with the kids the other day, that they got to watch this.
The Lost Boys?
Yeah, such a good movie.
Okay, here's another classic one.
Maggots, Michael. You're eating maggots.
Night of the Living Dead, 1968.
That one is really that's a freaking cult classic. If there is one out there, that's it.
Wasn't that the original zombie movie? That was the zombie movie to launch the zombie genre.
I think that it kind of really picked up at that. I don't think it invented it per se, but it perfected it. Which brings up another one.
Okay.
28 Days Later.
Oh, that's with the zombies that run fast.
Yeah, so that changed it. It modernized it. It's like it wasn't just like The Walking Dead. The zombie was a virus that was created in a lab.
Like that kind of like Resident Evil. There's like a weird mutant, but they move fast because classic zombies are just rah.
Yeah, and this was a very quick acting virus that like they had done experiments on monkeys. They went wrong, and somebody got bit by the monkey.
No, it was the rage infected monkeys, which was the dumbest.
I think that rage was the disease was called rage.
Yeah, but they just like made the monkeys watch shitty movies, and I don't know. I remember being dumb. Like meh, the monkeys got angry, and then they
injections and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, it was followed up by 28 weeks later. There's one coming out next year.
I remember that. There's also a really great Office joke about that. Because there's 28 Days Later, the horror movie, and then there's 28 Days, the movie about Sandra Bullock in rehab.
Yes.
And one of the Office characters watched 28 Days Later, and she's like, yeah, I kept waiting for Sandra Bullock to appear. That movie was completely different than I was expecting.
That's funny.
It is.
Yeah. Well, 28 Years Later comes out next year. And it is highly anticipated. It's supposed to be a badass.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know if I'll watch it.
Oh, well.
Zombies scare me, and I don't like watching zombie movies.
Okay. Well, that's on you.
That's fine. It is. It's 100% on me. I'm just enough of a man to admit when I'm afraid of zombies.
I'm just enough of a man to admit that I'm sometimes a little boy.
I'm not so much of a man that I am not actually afraid of fucking zombies and ghosts. I don't know if you knew this or not, but television is what scares away ghosts. So if you have like a ghost in your if you have a ghost in your house, just turn on the TV and they go away.
Really?
True story.
Well, and depending, I mean, unless you watch The Ring.
Yeah, but you also need a VCR for that.
What's a VCR?
Wasn't there a thing where they updated The Ring, like with iPods or something?
I don't know.
So funny joke. Anyway, what do you got?
Trick or Treat, 1986. This was the heavy metal. Like the bad guy was, I want to say it was this rock and roll murder, like a rock star turned murder, whatever, and kind of looked like if Gene Simmons, licked a light socket kind of thing. But it had Ozzy Osbourne made a cameo in it, and a couple others. So
interesting.
It was the rock and roll horror movie of the 1980s.
Well, the 1980s it was an amazing time for just film in general. Like the media, the crazy fucked up media that we were feeding to children, I'll say. Here's one for you.
Us.
Return to Oz. Oh, yeah. We're the direct result of being fed movies like Return to Oz in the 80s. Do you remember that movie?
Kind of.
Dorothy, saved from a psychiatric experiment by a mysterious girl, is somehow called back to Oz when a villain witch and the Gnome King destroy everything. The movie's fucked up. Like, it's one of those... You go back and watch it, and... You know that scene in The Never-Ending Story when that boy and his horse died?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like an entire movie that's that, but somehow you just watch it and you think, wow, this was marketed to kids.
I saw a kid's costume where dressed up as Atreyu.
And he had the horse and the thing
on
and
a
little
skateboard.
cart. Yes. I watched that today.
Yeah. Nailed it. He understood the assignment.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I saw a reaction video because there was the original video of him just going around trick or treating, showing off his costume, and then it was a reaction video by some Gen X guy walking out with his big thing of candy, and he's like, "Hey!" Oh, and he just starts tearing up.
Yeah,
and,
just take the bowl.
yeah.
What was that? There was a meme I sent you guys the other day. That, like the classic, I don't want to do this. I'm just going to put the bowl out on the thing and make everybody be honest and not take a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And so there's this thing. It's a picture of a Halloween bowl, orange with like the cartoon witch and stuff on it. And it's filled with soup. It has a sign that says,
I saw that.
1 slurp of pho per trick or treater. It's a big, huge bowl of pho.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
That's funny. I saw another one that was like that with rice. It said one per kid.
Just
It was just a bowl of rice. I saw another one where it was, hey, do you not want to be outside handing out candy, but you also don't want to be a jerk and get your house egged? And it was an empty bowl with a sign that said, please take one. And then you just leave the empty bowl on your doorstep, and all the other kids will think that some other kid was
somebody
a jerk.
else. Yeah, just beat them to it.
Yeah.
When you don't have marijuana edibles in your Halloween candy, like the news warned you about, excuse me, what the fuck?
Oh, from our post earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. The skeleton going like, hey,
where's
I was promised edibles.
I was promised edibles. Yeah. Just, here you go, kid. I don't know. So, what do you guys, like, what's your Halloween plan this evening?
Gonna go trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Now, you have a weird neighborhood because it's bigger properties or whatever. Do you go to a neighbor? You go to
I go to my parents' neighborhood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My parents live in the area's just sort of quintessential classic suburban sprawling, everybody decorates for stuff, everybody participates, just people drive from all around the area to go to this neighborhood to go trick-or-treating.
Really?
Like it's a every just common parkway thing. It's just lined with cars to be able to just drive in, park, and then go off trick-or-treating. It's a good area. So
yeah,
gonna go over to the parents' place, grab some dinner, go trick-or-treating. So you saw us. We went to a Halloween party last weekend. So you saw
over the weekend.
Yeah. Maddie is Ariel, and I'm going as King Triton.
Yeah, and you really nailed it. That was really good. I mean, was kind of an off the shelf thing, right?
Oh, it was. That King Triton costume is available to anybody with $19 and an Amazon account.
That's really all it was.
It was not cheap at all. It's definitely one of those. Did you see the Saturday Night Live fake commercial for Temu where it's like may contain some lead? Like they're making fun of Chinese cheap manufacturing. It's definitely one of those costumes where as you're wearing it, you're like, I really hope this isn't poisoning me.
That's funny.
Or wasn't made by children.
That's funny.
But I don't know. It's ridiculously cheap.
So, yeah, there's that. And then it's November. It's already November. You getting set up for the holidays, or you gonna do? I'm not
doing anything. I'm getting ready to move.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like my coffee maker broke the other day. I haven't purchased a new one because I don't know what my new kitchen is going to look like. So it's like, I'm going to limp along and just borrow someone's coffee maker for the next month.
I think I have a spare.
My sister has one that I'm borrowing.
Okay. Oh, there's that.
Well,
there's that.
Thank you for the offer.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So who?
So yeah, zero holiday plans. Like none. I'm not even exactly sure what Thanksgiving is going to look like.
Well, that makes sense. I think I'm going to do just a turkey breast, but I'm going to rotisserie turkey breast, and then we're going to do honey baked ham because it's just going to be
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Because everybody likes honey baked ham, but I'm a turkey person.
I am absolutely a turkey person.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love bacon, but when it comes to formal holiday food, turkey,
yeah.
roast beef, ham is like a third.
Well, we're having smoked brisket for Christmas.
Ooh.
But we're also, because of the rotation with the kids, we'll have a second Christmas this year.
Okay.
So we'll probably do honey baked ham again a few days after. Yeah, and just a couple sides. So we were not going to go like all the casseroles. I'm not casserole. I love the casseroles.
All of the casseroles?
Well, we do like corn casserole and sweet potatoes.
Your Midwest is showing.
Oh my God, so good, so good, so good. And then, yeah, the protein meat sweats is going to happen for the IAPA thing, the kickoff.
Oh my God, that's going to be so good.
Yeah, we're coming up on that. Still only a couple weeks away.
Is that it? Oh shit, it is.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks from Sunday. It all kicks off.
Literally.
I got a garage sale. I'm doing a big garage. So here's the problem. So the that Sunday is
Sunday.
The Chiefs play what is arguably their last harder game. It's certainly the hardest game in their schedule for the rest of the season. Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
And it's a 4:25 game.
Right in the middle of your barbecue.
Yeah. So Sandy and I are going to be distracted.
Are you going to do the thing where you record it and then just don't?
No.
Yeah, you can't do that?
No. We've got too many people that text us that won't care that we're trying to do. They won't care. They're just like, oh my God, did you see that? And it's just, no.
Yeah. I have a standing rule about, hey, do not, when a football game is happening that I care about, do not text me about it, because there's a good chance I'm not watching it live.
Well, you and I have never talked about that, which is why I was texting you during the game the other day.
Yeah, but you text me very nondescript things. You're like, that was awesome, or good job, or nice, which is fine. I'm like, hey, Greg says nice. Okay, I don't need to be worried when I watch this later. Oh. Versus some people are like, I can't believe so-and-so got sacked. And you're like, oh, God damn it. Like, I'm just going to avoid my phone.
What's your game this weekend?
The Detroit Lions.
Oh, that's going to be rough.
No, that's going to be a rough game. That's going to be rough in Green Bay.
Okay.
So it's still rough. It's just less rough.
Well, and Detroit, if I remember right, started out like amazing, and then they're only partially amazing now.
Yeah, they've kind of dipped in the amazing.
So you guys are kind of hitting your stride. Love's back.
We're hitting our stride. Love's ish. I mean, he was taken out last game
again
with the groin thing.
Watching. Oh yeah.
He had the groin thing. But our backup quarterback, not bad.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't scare me at all. And it's a lot of fun having a backup quarterback that's not bad. I mean, our backup is better than a lot of teams' starting quarterbacks. So when we bring him in, it's like, oh shit, the other team has prepared to face off against Jordan Love, and now they get this other guy. Got to work around that. So it's there's fun in mixing it up, is all I'm trying to say.
Well, I'll be watching it. Our game's Monday against Tampa Bay. Shouldn't be an impossible win. We're looking forward to it. D'Anthony Hopkins should be fully or largely up to speed now. Like last week, he came in and he had practiced 2 days and had, he had 3 first downs. He had like 3 catches and they were all first downs. What?
I just remembered I had a fun Chiefs anecdote for you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. So
there was a thing at work, at my new kind of work thing, and Phil Hedema came up.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, last time I was hanging out with Phil Hedema was at a Kansas City Chiefs game, and the guy that has the office next to me, he's like, big Chiefs fan. I'm like, big Chiefs fan? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, man, I was at a game last year. It was like a Thursday night game. I'm like, dude, I was at a Thursday night game last year. Wait, was yours against the Denver Broncos? He's like, yeah. I'm like, Taylor Swift was there. I know. I was at that game. He's like, I was at that game. He was at our game.
Was he at the game with Sate or just?
No, he wasn't at Sate. He was just there for family stuff. He was sitting right under Taylor's box.
Oh.
seat. He was sitting right under Taylor's box
Yeah.
seat thing
Yeah,
that she was in the stuff. He was at the.
Yeah.
So he got a picture of her from there versus.
Who's got the best lens?
Someone in our group that got the telephoto. Hey, I held this up to my telescope and I can make out these squares that represent her behind the glass. But yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, she's not been to as many games this year, just because she's back on tour.
Just because, the Chiefs aren't doing as good. And
Yeah, Chiefs aren't they're undefeated. But yeah, she's been really busy, and apparently, just because of other security issues, she's been primarily going to Arrowhead games because her security team, it's a little taxing for them to go in advance every visit to make sure that she stays safe because there's a lot going on with her after the whole thing in Italy and other things that are going on. But anyway, yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah, it's a Monday night game. Play Tampa Bay. I think it's at home, so there's that. Otherwise, I might try and go. But the our neighbor Brian, who's a huge Tampa Bay fan, I think they're going to come over. We're going to wings and do some queso and stuff. I don't know if you want to come and join on Monday. Think about it. You have to answer now.
Monday night I can't.
No. Okay. So
I got a 50-50 shot on availability on Mondays.
Yeah. Okay.
This week's a no.
This week's a no. Okay. So I do want to say, so they got DeAndre Hopkins from Tennessee for like a fifth, or maybe a fourth round pick, depending on how well they do. They might have to give him a better pick, but right now it's a fifth. And then they followed up a couple days later with a sixth round. Sorry, I got the hiccups. A sixth round pick for Joshua Uche. He's a defensive end, but he's a pass rusher.
Okay.
That in 22, his stats rivaled Chris Jones. Like he is amazingly fast. We'd been playing with the Patriots and didn't have the numbers this year, but of course it's the Patriots has not had a good year. So, but they're anticipating this guy's speed and functionality under Spagnuolo, with like our defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Who is arguably the best defensive coordinator in history.
Sometimes you name drop these people, and I'm like, I have no clue who that person is. I'm just like, Spagnuolo. Yeah, clearly, just like Spagnuolo.
Yeah, Spagnuolo has won 3 Super Bowls like in the last 8 years between two teams.
Oh, okay. I was about to say the Chiefs won like 3 Super Bowls in the last 8 years.
Yeah, he won on a different team too, but he's like one of the best ever.
Cool.
And absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know if you watched the game over the weekend where like 2 or 3 times they stopped the Raiders inside the 10-yard line.
I didn't watch all of it, but yeah.
Like at one point the Raiders it was 1st and goal on the 1-yard line and they stopped them.
That's awesome.
And they went on 4th down and didn't get it.
Wow.
Yeah. So they took 4 tries at the 1-yard line and didn't get the touchdown, and it was just like, now it's first and 10 on the 1. Okay, loss of yards. It's 2nd and goal at the 5. It's 3rd and goal at the 6. Like, it was just kept pushing them back. It was unbelievable.
That's awesome.
So hopefully Chiefs. Realistically, we're looking at the whole rest of the season. Bills is the scary game. Everything else, it's actually manageable. They could go undefeated. Although there's part of me that doesn't. I'm one of those superstitious people.
Yeah. Oh, God. I was about to say, you don't want to go undefeated.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, because it's like, get one out of the way. Remind them that they're not invincible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I like the fact that they've now won 13 straight games.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So anyway, that's enough sports ball thing.
Talk the stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty much the end. Don't forget to check your kids' candy. And by check it, I mean eat whatever you want, because that's, the candy tax.
Dad tax.
Yeah. Just, sift out what you want and then, quote unquote, check it.
I have it on good authority that you're allergic to Kit Kats, so I got to get all those out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, you get Laffy Taffy and bubblegum.
I forgot to. I wasn't at work for our work Halloween, my office Halloween thing, because a couple of years ago when I passed out candy cigarettes, that was. I highly recommend that. If you just, they're cheap on Amazon. Just get a whole bunch of candy cigarettes and
they're just that chalky, like chewy candy, kind of like a Smartie.
Yeah, they're not good, but they're hilarious. They're absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I remember him as a kid walking around thinking we were just the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah,
and then later when you're a little older kid, you're like, you know what? These don't look like cigarettes. They look like joints.
So they got even cooler.
One company released it, and it was a stick bubble gum, and it was exactly the size of a cigarette, and it had a white paper around it.
No. You're thinking of the bubblegum cigars. Because I handed those out too.
No, these look like cigarette because they were the size of cigarettes in a box of cigarettes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they had the paper, but inside the paper was a little loose and had powdered sugar. So when you put your mouth on it, and if you pushed out, it would puff of smoke would come out from the powdered sugar.
What?
Yeah. They were pretty cool. Wow. They were made by Philip Morris.
The 80s were a different time.
Yeah, right. Cool. Anyway, don't forget to check your candy. Be safe. All of that fun stuff.
Check your candy.
Check your candy.
Check your candy.
And do all the fun stuff. And thank you very much. We want to start out by thanking our good friend, Dave Martin.
DemoDavePro.com.
You can check us out at our website, rumandnerdy.com, rumandnerdy.com.
Social medias at rumandnerdy, also A-N-D.
And you can email us, show@rumandnerdy. It's show@rumandnerdy.com. Please reach out to us. And actually, we have somebody that wants us to do their booth. Emailed us this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we gotta coordinate all of the IAPA-ings.
Yeah, we got to get on top of that. That's sneaking up very, very quickly. Either way, but good episode. Wish we had the real the zombie or the real witch doctor. But other than that,
yeah. Other than not having real booze, it's
yeah. Well, we had real rum.
Yeah.
And this is lovely.
It was. Yeah. It was. This was delightful.
Yeah.
Doesn't need the coffee. I don't think it needed the coffee at all.
There you go.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Walking with the dead man over my shoulder. I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Walking with the dead man over my shoulder.
As the minuteness of the parts formed a great hindrance to my speed, I resolved, therefore, to make the creature of a gigantic stature. Of course. That would simplify everything.
In other words, his veins, his feet, his hands, his organs would all have to be increased in size.
Exactly.
He would have an enormous Schwanzstücke.
That goes without saying.
Oof.
He's going to be very popular.